Hello. This is a video about something that's important to me. It might not be that important to you, but it's about collecting databases, data from around the world on electricity prices, so we can compare volatility, solar profitability, wind profitability, uh, uh, levels of prices, implied heat rates from all around the world, and see how different markets react. I think you could learn so much about this. My goal for a long time has been to kind of put all this together. And what I'd love to do, so I'm in the page for this. I have to move it up because I think it's got a higher priority. I've got a collection of these prices, but now I'm starting to put them together. And this is again merchant electricity prices. Okay, so I better on merchant. Okay, electricity prices. And what I would love to do is, and I had a dream about doing this. So I would love to press a button. See, I can't talk and type at the same time anymore. My skills of multitasking have gone way down. Okay, so I'm starting to put this together now. I would love to have had one button and it goes every place in the world, downloads all the data, updates it. No way. No way. And maybe, I don't know, these big companies, maybe you can get all this data from Bloomberg or somebody like that, or Fitch, or Standard & Poor's, all these people who publish all the data. Maybe. I can't because I could never afford that. So I'm going to talk to you about Turkey prices. And in that file, there'll be this in that page on the website, there'll be something called Turkey prices. And I, for a long time, couldn't find the stupid thing, good thing in English. Look, they even call it transparency. Okay, so what we're going to do on this one is I'm going to show you how to download the data. I left that blank. And then get all these hourly prices and just update them. All you have to do now is they give you the hourly prices since July. I put spring, but it's really summer. July 2009. And they get it all the way down, 67,000 hours of prices. How delightful. But they give you the prices in Turkish lira. And if I want to compare prices around the world, I'm going to go to the, if you have called me about the whatever it is, the Google links, don't worry, I'm not going to pester you. I've never sent an email around begging for stuff from you. Maybe one day I will, I don't know. But if you go to the page that says spot electricity prices, you could also get European prices. And in Germany, it's not quite as good. I press these buttons. The good thing is you can get the buttons. And what you need to do is get the electricity prices, the exchange rates, and all that. And then you compare the electricity prices to the gas prices. And look what's happened in Germany. This is amazing. Prices used to be 40. Here, the prices come down now. Ooh, no, it's about 20-something because of all this renewable. And the worst part of it is the price relative to the electricity price has come down. Look, the price was higher than the electricity price is blue and red, and they all follow this pattern where they mirror a little bit, not exactly the gas price. And you get very different data if you look at hourly data. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then what we're going to do is do a little bit of a profitability analysis in the merchant markets, because if let me explain this. Let's say you got a proposal. Let's build a wind farm in Turkey against merchant prices. Let's build a solar project in Turkey. And your boss says, if you have a boss, maybe you're the key boss of everybody. I know that. Your boss says, I want to do an analysis, make a forecast of prices, which you should do, because valuation is about the future, isn't it? I think you'd be an idiot, a total idiot, not to first look at historic profitability. And once you have the prices, you can see, when's the sun shining? And what's the price of electricity? When's the sun shining? And then you can get the profitability on a coal plant, a solar project, a wind project, a coal project. And to get a coal and electricity project, what we have to do is go and get some data. And I get this from the World Bank, because they have data on, up here they have natural gas prices in U.S., in Europe, in Japan. If you've done this ever, it's kind of, Shift F11. I'm going to delete this sheet. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Okay. And, this enormous difference. That commodity price file will do this. I hope you've looked at that commodity price file. That will do all of this for you, okay? But this sudden, divergence of the U.S. versus the European gas price, which has affected so much in the world, including the electricity markets, because we saw electricity is tied very much to natural gas. Maybe they're converging a little bit now. Okay, so what we're going to do is do some analysis on this. Okay, so the first thing we do is now here, let me give credit where credit is due here. I was in Malaysia. I'm still in Malaysia. And these people were too smart for me. Oh, they were so smart. And they told me, no, we got to do analysis of merchant things. I said, let's take Turkey as a case study, because we're going to see what really happened in Turkey. Okay. Now we go down. We go to the first thing I would do is I would say, let's take the prices. And this is just from downloading that I'm going to show you in just a minute. Let's take the prices and press F11. We got a couple of spikes that completely distort the hourly prices. So let's take that and let's make the minimum only, let's say, $2.50 or something, okay? I'm at the maximum. What an idiot I am. Okay. All right. How about 225? Because, can I do that? There. Okay. Is it working? Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, no. There's the prices, and the prices seem to be stable or going up. Oh, no. And this is, I'm going to put prices in TL. Hourly price in TL. Now, here's the problem. That's a completely distorted number. Okay? And what we need to do is adjust that to a common reference point with different currency, because there's been a really big devaluation in the Turkish lira, not the 1,000% of years ago. So let's see first how we get this data. Now, I might have to turn this off. I might. You see my emails. Okay. If we get this, I love that they call it transparency. Have I moaned about the UK market yet? UK, God darn it, that market. They won't show me the prices on that. You go to 20 websites, waste incredible amounts of time. Why would they not make a merchant market transparent? Unbelievable. It really is. So it took me a long time to find this website too, but at least it's there. And then you can go here. I think we can go to markets and somewhere. Okay, let's get the market clearing price. That's what I did. And then you get the market clearing price. Now okay, it's taking too long, but and I'm going to copy this to our spreadsheet. Okay, and here's the problem with, oops, this is the, okay, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta hurry up because I'm gonna miss a plane by making my video. Okay, now you can put different start dates and end dates, but you cannot kind of put the start dates and end dates up in the URL. So you have to put the end dates in or the start dates in by hand. Okay, and then you press OK, and then I forgot if you can you download this to a spreadsheet? I forgot if I downloaded this. No, then you go and you get this, you use the workbooks.open to get this, and you just download the file, and it puts all the prices for those dates in. And I didn't explain that well enough, but I explained it well enough. I hope that you can try it and remember how to do it. Just try it, okay? Now, once we have those prices, here are the hourly prices. Okay, and how about this? I'm gonna put a little bit of a better instructions here, maybe. Oh, no, not this one, this one. Let's press Control minus a few times, and let's remember how to get this. Oh, there's where you download it to export it to an Excel file. Okay, there's where you do it. I'm sorry. See, I'm losing my memory. My friend says, oh, no, you need to take smart pills. Go to CNN and get those smart pills because you're losing your mind. Oh. So we go to put that's where kind of I'll put a little bit better instructions here, and I'm going to try on all of these merchant markets. Every one is a little bit different. That's what's such a pain about this. So everyone's a little bit different, and of course you want to update the prices, so you have to go to this sheet and do a little bit by hand. I can't avoid that, but at least I'm putting it all in one place, all on one site. I spelled hourly wrong here. Now, once we have the prices, okay, then I think the big deal is going to get the currencies. And guess what? That was just as much of a pain, because I want to get the exchange rate, and you don't have the exchange rate in every hour, but you could get it every day, and you could get it at least every month. That would be the minimum, okay? Now, you go and say, okay, let's go to the Fred website, the St. Louis Fred. It's not there, the stupid thing. Then let's figure out where else to go, and you can't find it. So I found one website that does this, and I needed to do this. This was the biggest pain of all. So I found this website, this wonderful thing called X-Rates, and it has the exchange rates every single day, but of course, it's not got it in a nice database where you put it all together. Okay, so I went, and I'm not going to show you this much now. I went and made one of our classic workbooks.open. Oops, excuse me. Oh, man. You don't say. We download every single day, and then we can get what the rupee is, down here, I bet we have finally, down here, we have the Turkish lira. And maybe you can get it somewhere else or pay for it or something. But this website, at least you could get it. It only started in 2007, sorry. Doesn't put it in the weekends, obviously. So you can get that. And then, now, let's put the prices in USD on an hourly basis. Okay, and I'm pressing F11 just to get the prices in USD. You can already see, they're declined, but we can't really see that in this one. So let's go to Format Axis. This time I'll do it right. Okay, for the maximum, let's put 250 again. Okay, it's taking minute to do this, I think there's a decline in prices. That's a dramatically different story than before. We need to know the spikes and what's happened, whether the volatility is changing. So we have the hourly price in USD, which is very different. Okay, and then we can look at the hourly price database. This is the key. This of course, is where we do everything. That's what you want. Hourly prices are, sometimes you can get daily prices, or in that German website, quarterly prices, no big deal. But if we want to do a wind analysis or something there, once we have the prices in USD, we can see how much would a wind, how much would a solar, how much would a coal plant, how much would a gas plant have made. And the way you do that is, for the wind and the solar, you've got to get some timing. You can put a capacity factor in, but you're not going to operate 32% if that's a wind capacity factor every single year. For a solar, you're not going to operate in the night, I don't think. 23% is very high, but I'm going to show you where I got it. So we need to put some timing during the day, and of course in the winter time and the summertime, it's going to be all different. Okay, so here's here's the kind of end, but to get the renewable ones, should I have done that? I'm going to put the profit analysis after this. Okay, get the renewable one. In Turkey, my friends gave me this little thing that said, okay, here's the availability. And then they said, this was so interesting, for wind, they have, here's kind of how it varied. I don't know how they did this. Obviously, if you're going to be in Antalya versus somewhere else, I think you're going to have very different. But they have higher wind in July and August. Okay, and then they do the same thing, and and then they do the availability for the dams and the run of rivers. The run of rivers is kind of interesting too. And I hope you do this. F11, I hear that who is this? The fast modeling standards per people. What? Oh, F1, F9. They make you do F11 and stuff. I don't know if they make you do Alt-EL. They should do that. Now, the solar capacity factor was 23%. Huh! Huh. I wonder if that's real. And then that's how it varied by season. And if we're going to do a merchant analysis, we better do that. And then here's what you do. You just take the number divided by the average, so you can push the merchant prices up or down in different months. But then you got to do it day by day, too. So this is wind. And I said wind doesn't really vary by season. In days, I don't know, it might. So I put a little bit more at night than day. And then you use the lookup function, and you multiply the monthly by the daily to get a matrix up here of the month up here, because that goes from 1 to 12, and down here, and put the day. And don't you ever use the merge function, please. Please. Sorry, I got emotional about that. And then we do the same thing for the solar. We go over here, and you can look at the file and see how that works. And then you can put a day over here. And you can then see, well, how much are we really making? Now, maybe, I'm sure there are all sorts of, you can't ramp up and all this, and all, you can't all do that. And then you can see how much you've made. And here's what you do. In this case, they had a solar wind that had actual capacity factors. I used the generic ones, and then it varies surprisingly from period to period. For a solar, I just use our 23% that they had. And then what you do is you use the sum if. Use the sum if. And you take this data, this year, and we're going to go to our monthly database and simply sum it for the year. And I put a year and a month and a day, I hope. No, a year and an hour and a month. So we just use the sum if, and sum if the profit over here on the solar project. And you sum if the project, the profit on the wind project. To really do it, look at the file. It's not very complicated. This is just the monthly factor. The monthly timing factor you use the index function for. And And this one I think you use the lookup function for. Lookup index match. Find the laziest way to do things. That's the rule. And then you sum it all up. If we want to see how much you were making on a solar project, I don't really want to do this, but I will, because there'll be spikes again. It looks like the prices, but you can kind of see how much you're making in a day or a month. Okay, that's it. And now when you get to the coal and the gas, you need a coal price. And then when you have a coal price, you switch it to, you better get it in USD per megawatt hour. And I have the coal price in the conversion. I have you call this a heat content. And down here, I'm going quickly because I want to get done, finished. Oh, this, you get to the, coal price, and that's in per tons, per MT, million, is that? Per ton, it's per ton, whatever. And then the gas is already per MMBTU. Okay. I just passed the key graph, by the way. So, for the gas price, we have that. We just use the lookup again. No match index, because lookup works better. Then you get the implied heat rate, which is just, you can go through the mathematics of it, but if you take dollar per megawatt hour and divide that by dollar per MMBTU, you get MMBTU per megawatt hour. You get the implied heat rate. And then let's look at some statistics. So here, if you want the annual average prices, let's put that in TKL and USD just to see how dramatically the change rate. You put average if. What a wonderful thing. Now I know people use Power BI and pivot tables all the time, and maybe I'm old-fashioned by doing this, but you just select the whole column. You just select the whole the criteria, and then if I want the prices, then in lira, in Turkish lira, it's over here. Where was it? Come on, just control space bar. That's pretty fast. I don't know. Maybe you say, I could have done it with a pivot table. Of course you could. And then I have to press Shift F9 because I have the thing off. And then let's look at our prices here, F11, and let's look at them now. Maybe I'll even, can I put this on a secondary axis? I think I can. Oh, no, I can't. Not like that. All right. And here's what happened. The prices in USD and the prices in lira are dramatically different. Oh my gosh. Look at the prices in USD coming down and the prices in lira staying stable. If we didn't make that exchange rate adjustment, it would have been a mess. Okay, I'm going to put this together. Then you could also, just to see how, oh no, where is it? This is our hourly prices, and then I just use a EO month. You use a EO month to get everything, and then if you want to see what the coal price compared to the electricity price was by month, you can put average if, and you put the EO month. You use the EO month. Okay, I've said that enough. And then you compare that. You just take the end of the month for each of the things, and you compare that to the end of the. You make a little end of the month table, and then let's put the coal cost here. Okay. Okay. So now let's compare the electricity price to the coal price. And what you might want to do is, I'm going to delete the word month just in case. I got to start here. I'm going to mess up. I have a feeling. Shift F8 to select. That's like pressing the control button. And I look at this. And if you don't use the mouse, you're going to really mess up. And come on, get me up to the top. And let's get the prices. This one worked. And then Shift F8 again. And then use the stupid mouse. You have to use the mouse here. No anti-mouse person here. Uh-oh. I hope this worked. It didn't. I screwed it up. Whatever. You could get the... I'm sorry. Stupid thing. I copied it all the way down. You could get the spark spread, but let me do... And you can get the implied heat rate. I'm going to put that in the file. That's enough. And this... Now we've got too many things in the file. I'm afraid it's going to break because it's obviously got a lot of data. Here are the prices in USD. Here's the electricity versus gas price. Maybe it's not quite as correlated as you think. I think there's a correlation there. Not perfect, but it's come down. And then we can use the match and index to kind of see how it varies by day. And if you're doing, I haven't got the automatic thing done. So you can, I've shown you that too many times, enough of that. Okay, and then we have our gas prices and our everything else. So that's the Turkey price case study. Interesting market. And now, let's compare that to the Philippines, maybe even more interesting. Compare that to UK, boring. Compare that to different areas in US, California, if you can go back to the year 2000, see what happened in the California crisis. That's what's going to be on my website. I want to go back far enough to study and use some case studies on these files, okay? So that's a little bit of an introduction to merchant prices, how to get them, what's going to be on the website. It's not all finished yet, and au revoir 20.